Cruz, I have got the newspapers breathing down my neck.
Gee, I wonder how that happened.
Look, you're an expert investigator. You're one of the best we have. I just want to know what you think.
In terms of what?
Well, in terms of different directions for the investigation.
Other suspects, you mean?
I'm trying to impress upon you I am attempting to keep an open mind.
Well, an open mind is one thing, Ethan. An open mouth, however, is another. Whatever I start working on tomorrow, I don't want to read about it before I get to my office, you know?
Believe me, in no way am I going to compromise you. I just want to know.
Excuse me.
Oh. You just want to know, yes, indeed. Well, you are entitled to know what I find. What I think, that belongs to me.
Somebody has got to follow up on this.
Michael, you've got nothing on Asher.
Well, you want motive.
Okay.
Ethan knew about Jamie. And he also knew that Leo and Laura had had an affair.
They did?
Yes, they did.
Oh, God, if infidelity made the man's trigger finger twitch, we'd be looking down a whale shaft for you.
So he's going after me with capital punishment. Is there some difference?
Cut the crap. You were both there for the same reason, and you know it. Neither one of you wants to see Laura become the next suspect.
Because it makes no sense. You know, I told you, if Laura had done it, she wouldn't have stood by and said nothing when I went to jail. I know that.
Just for the sake of argument, she wouldn't have had to say anything if she knew the ballistics test would clear you. You ever think about that? Now, I know what you've got invested in this woman. You want to tell her you think her husband's a killer? You think maybe that'll bring her around? Maybe it'll make her leave him? I don't care. Go ahead. But don't try to enlist me in that cause.
What is it going to take to make you see the obvious?
Oh, no, that's funny. You sound just like Asher did. Back when you were the obvious. And he was the voice of reason.
What's that scowl for?
What scowl? What is going on with him anyway?
Maybe she likes him. Is it that inconceivable?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm so glad you guys could come.
Well, how could we not? Capwell Enterprises is so much a part of the civic life of this town that your victories are our victories.
Well, thank you. That's nice to hear.
Well, remember me at election.
Laura, what does a high school principal do with so much time on her hands during the summer?
Try to forget that there's a September.
Really? But you must have hobbies. I believe you run.
Well, actually, she's a very good archer.
Really?
Oh, I haven't done that for years.
No, she has a very good eye. Bullseye after bullseye.
You know, that reminds me. I used to go to an archery range. It was a public place in Lompoc when I was a kid. You know, in the summertime. Only problem with the place was it was always foggy. It used to frustrate me. There were people there, though, that could hit that target right through the fog, even in the dark sometimes. Are you one of those?
No, Ethan exaggerates.
Why don't we get a glass of wine?
You ever tried using a firearm? In my experience, a good eye is a good eye. We could go out to the police range sometime if you're interested.
I wouldn't know what to do with a gun. I'd be too afraid. Excuse us. Sure. Well, you're not too smooth sometimes.
Well, sometimes I don't want to be.
There you are. We've waited for you for an hour.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, your patience has been rewarded.
What do you hear that?
My daughter, the diplomat.
How you doing, Sophia?
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see.
I want you to know that your children will be taking the reins of something a lot bigger than I could have ever given them alone.
Oh, now, wait a second. Now, what if Chip wants to be a bullfighter or Adriana wants to be a neurosurgeon?
Oh, well, then your wife will run the company until they feel they are too old to be shiftless.
You know what? I want to make a toast. Okay. Here you go. Here. This is to toast the birth of Capwell Amonti Industries. Right? Okay.
Yeah, folks.
Tonight represents a victory of internal and external forces that has produced two powerful allies that on their own have been at odds, but only on occasion, and together they cannot be outwitted or outdone. I know because we tried as children, didn't we? But now I'm being paid for it, so here's to my parents, the co-founders, and wonderful parents, Sophia and Cece Capwell. Thank you.
Excuse me, Cece?
Yes.
The maitre d's looking for you.
I'll be right there, Greg. Thank you.
Okay, but you've got a call. Mr. Jansen, I think he said.
Really?
Oh, Daddy, you better take it.
No, no, no. It's by invitation only.
God, you grass widows can be cranky. I have a message to deliver, and it's not for you.
What the hell is this?
Don't get too close. Look what she did to the flowers.
Robert wanted me to extend his apologies for not being able to accept your gracious invitation in person. But he did want to send a suitable token of his esteem to celebrate this wonderful event.
Is this supposed to mean something, Gina?
Oh, there's a card. Read it and weep.
Daddy, what is it?
Where is he?
Mr. Barr is not available.
I'm right here. Did you get my flowers?
You think you've got the upper hand, my man?
That'll be all, Renfield. Logistically speaking, yes, I do have the upper hand.
With these, they're worthless.
I'm well aware of that. I'm getting the original from Mr. Jansen tomorrow. The fax was just for your edification.
Well, let me tell you something for your edification. I got a call from Jansen not 20 minutes ago, and I don't know how you bullied your way into having him turn over his proxies to you. But it's not going to work. Because he's selling me the shares they represent. You understand that? No shares, no votes.
You're a crafty old coot, aren't you? Not that it really matters.
Bull. You can't swing it without Jansen and his partners.
I've already got the partners, Coburn, Parker, and all of them. Maybe Mr. Jansen failed to notify them of his change of heart, but now I don't think he will. I've got the Portland group. I've got London Amonti. Jansen would have been nice, but I'm still going to take you, old man. You better get used to the idea.
You better get used to losing.